の中にある赤と青き線それらが結ばれるのは真の像
O anak, ngayon ang first day mo sa bago mong paaralan. Excited ka ba?
Ako lapit. Ha?
Ma, punta na po ako sa school. Hindi ka ba magpapahatid? Hindi na po, ma. Kaya ko na po sarili ko. O sige, ingat ka ha. Tandaan mo lagi yung bilin ko sa'yo. Sige po. Anak! Ay, Charmaine. Sa bago mo. Ay, wala na sa buwan. Hindi, ma, bakit mo naman po natanong yan? Nag-usap kami ng teacher mo kanina. Tinawagan niya ako at sinabi niya lahat kung ano ang nangyari sa'yo sa school. Yun? Okay lang po yun, ma. Sanay na ako. Don't worry. Baka mali yung desisyon ko na i-transfer ka sa ibang school. Ma, okay lang po talaga. Di ba nga, lagi mong habilin sa akin na huwag makipagtalo sa mga taong takot sa respeto at ugaling hindi wasto. Tandaan mo lang na proud ako sa iyo.
Sige po. Meron po kasi ngayon po kami itong okay order niya po. Ganda naman, marunong ka pala? Small business lang po para kahit pa paano makakatulong po sa gastusin sa bahay. By the way, ako na lang na pala magsusorry sa nangyari kahapon dahil sa pamumuling mga kasi ko sa iyo. Birthday po pa naman at gano'n lang nangyari. Ayos lang po yung prof. Sobrang sige na, hindi na yung maulit. Ang mga katulad ko ay hindi dapat pinupuli. Not different physically, dahil pa sa kapansanan mo. Kaya dito po ako na balang araw, may hindihan din po nila na galis sila. Huwag kang pag-iwala. Alam mo, nakikitaan kita ng potential. May talento ka at may nararating ka. Ito po, marunong umawit o sumayaw o kahit tumulangan. At nabanggit niya sa akin na marunong ka palang pumuhin. Sabi ko sa iyo, may talento ka. Mauna na ko sa iyo. May talent ka. Walang mali sa pagkakaroon ng abilities. You have different abilities. You are special. Nalagay mo yan? Para ka ng special child eh. Wala ka ng talent. Grabe yung imagination. Wala ka ng pakinabang girl. You know what? Kung hindi ka lang ganyan, we can be friends naman.
Yeah, right. Peaceful ang buhay ko. And I don't need anyone else in my life. You know what? Having a complete family is more than enough for me. So you're telling me, porket magulo ang buhay ko, porket wala akong papa? How dare you? Gosh! Wow! I'm sorry, miss. Hindi ko naman alam na broken farm ka eh. Pasensya na. Oh! Hey! Tulin! Hindi kita rito. Sige, alam mo ba na gustuhan ko yung bouquet mo? Kaya, eto. Apil mo kami ko. Sa'yo. Dahil gustuhan ko yung bouquet mo. May idatag akong bayad dito para sa bouquet. Nunid na po. Pasensya na po, pero hindi ko matanggap yan. Inat na po yung bayad yung 80 po. 1, 2, 3, 1. Hindi na po. Nunid na po talaga.
Mamaya punta na yung mango ha.
Pwede rin.
Pero kanina no, si Joanne, palaban siya.
Actually, tama naman siya.
Simula nung nandiyan ang papa ko, din naman ako ganito. Pero nung iniwan niya kami, siguro nag-iba ang trip ng mga tao. Pakikip. Pero, what flowers yun ba? I know what you're thinking. Pwede tayo magpatayo ng, business. Flower business. Tapos, gawin natin siya. Well, ayusin mo kasi yung attitude niya. Para pwede natin siyang gamitin. Kapira pa tayo yun. Ako lang ba? Ako lang?
Kanina ko pa kayo napansin. May, ito pa rin ba? Actually, hindi gusto na namin humingi ng tawad kasi binuli ka namin. Na natutunan ko kung ano yung mali pala yung bumamuli ng isang kapwa. Sorry. Taas kasi ng pagpiling ko sa sarili. Kaya dahil sa'yo natutunan ko yung kahit meron kang kapansanan, meron din. Mas malaki pa na yung mga potensyal na may kapansanan sa buhay. Kasi siya lang naman. Sick na po. No, okay lang. Actually, sorry din kasi masyado lang yung personal. Okay lang. I'm really sorry. Pwede ba kita mayakap? Yes? Seryoso? Oo naman!
Since we're friends now together, we're actually planning to build a business flower, right? You want? You can join us. The more the merrier.
Lynn, hindi sa take advantage ko namin ha, pero gusto talaga namin na maging kaibigan ka kasi gusto namin yung mga materials na sila nagawa namin. Higit sa lahat, gusto namin na tulong-tulong tayo sa ating business na sisimulan. Gusto lang ko sana tanggapin ko kami. Actually, ano kasi, masaya ako na balik na sa'yo tayo. And knowing na may business pala kayo, ang pinagpunta naman, it's an honor for me to be part of your business, no? Tapos, actually, okay lang din naman sa akin kasi marunong din naman ako gumawa ng, flowers. So, yes! Yay! Yay!
Ako si Joanne at ito ang kwento ng aking buhay bilang isang mag-aaral sa kolehiyo na mayroong kapansanan. hirap sa paglalakad at hindi nakasasabay sa iba. Pinanganak akong ganito na walang sapat na lakas ang kanang paa ko, dahilan upang hindi makalakad ng maayos at hindi rin pantay itong aking dalawang paa. Hindi ko pinagsisisihan na ganito ako, bagos natutunan ko pang maging aktibo sa maraming bagay. Sa kabila nito, subalit hindi maiwasan na minsan mapapatanong din sa sarili. Paano kaya kung katulad din ako ng iba? Paano kaya kung naging normal ako katulad nila? Ano nga ba talaga ang pinagkaiba ng buhay sa may kapansanan at sa wala? Masaya ang buhay at nakamamangha, maliban na lang noong college na ako. Iba ang tama ng pambubuli ng mga tao sa akin. Hindi rin ako kaagad makabiyahe papuntang school dahil sa palaging maunahan ng iba sa pagsakay at pagpara ng sasakyan. Noong nagkaroon ng pagkakataon na lumipat ako ng ibang paaralan, akala ko magiging okay ang lahat, lalo na at nakapagsimula ako ng maliit na negosyo, ang aking bouquet of flowers. Ngunit akala ko lang pala. Mas lalo akong nahirapan dahil hindi ako tanggap ng aking mga kaklase. Pero walang sukuan. May kapansanan man ako, hindi ito magiging hadlang upang abutin ko ang aking pangarap na maging isang mahusay na guro sa asignaturang Filipino. Sa hindi inaasahang pagkakataon, nagbago bigla ang ihip ng hangin dahil lang sa pangyayaring hindi ko inaasahan. Natutunan ko na rin ang maging palaban sa tamang lugar. At sa madaling salita, dahil sa aking kakayahan na siyang nagpamulat sa mga mata ng aking mga kaklase, tinanggap din nila ako. At salamat sa Diyos dahil nabiyayaan pang maging kasosyo sa negosyo nila. Masaya, may gulat man pero kampante ako. Hindi naging madali ang buhay, lalo na kapag may kapansanan, pero ang lagi kong sinasabi sa sarili ko, hanggat may oras, may pagkakataon upang tumayo at ipaglaban ang aking karapatan. May kapansanan man o wala ang isang tao, ang karapatan ng bawat isa ay dapat pare-pareho. And this is my story.
So, hello everyone. Now, we will be talking about the difficulty in walking and moving. But first, let's have the definition first. So, physical disability, it is a condition that substantially limits one or more basic physical activities in life. For example, walking, climbing stairs, reaching, carrying, or lifting. These limitations hinder the person from performing tasks of daily living. And physical activities are highly individualized. The same diagnosis can affect students very differently. And we also have the mobility impairment. So what is mobility impairment? It describes any difficulty which limits functions of moving in any of the limbs or in fine motor abilities. It can stem from a wide range of causes and be permanent, intermittent, or temporary. The most common permanent disabilities are musculoskeletal impairments such as partial or total paralysis, amputation, spinal injury, arthritis, muscular dystrophy, multiple sclerosis, cerebral palsy, and traumatic brain injury. And additionally, conditions such as respiratory and cardiac diseases can impair mobility due to fatigue and reduced stamina. So, as we can see or as we hear from what I have said, so that's all for the definition of the difficulty in walking and moving. So next we have the types.
So, there are 6 types of difficulties of moving and
walking. First is the cerebral palsy. The cerebral palsy affects the largest group of students with orthopedic impairments in public schools. It occurs when is an injury to the brain before, during, or after birth and results in poor motor coordination and unusual motor patterns. There are four main types of cerebral palsy. First is spastic. Spastic is the most common form of cerebral palsy. Is when there is too much muscle tone or tightness. An individual with spastic cerebral palsy generally has stiff or jerky movements in one's legs, arms, and or back. Next is dyskinetic. The dyskinetic affects the entire bodily movement of an individual and slow and uncontrollable body movements normally occur. Next is the atasic. This involves poor coordination, balance, and perception. And the last is mixed. This involves a combination of symptoms from the three types above. Next is the muscular dystrophy. It occurs when voluntary muscles progressively weaken and degenerate until they no longer function. The onset of muscular dystrophy can occur anytime between the ages of 1 to adulthood and is believed to be hereditary. The third one is spinal muscular atrophy. This is a disease that affects the spinal cord and may result in progressive degeneration of the motor nerve cell. The severity runs from mild weakness to characteristics similar to muscular dystrophy. Spinal muscular atrophy is characterized in general by fatigue and clumsiness. The cause is hereditary and the age of onset is either in infancy or a later time or between the ages of 2 and 17. The fourth one is spinal cord injuries. It occurs when the spinal cord is severely damaged or severed, usually resulting in partial or extensive paralysis. Spinal cord injuries are most commonly a result of an automobile or the vehicle accident. The characteristics and needs of the individuals with spinal cord injuries are often similar to those with cerebral palsy. Injuries to the spinal cord cause different types of mobility impairments, depending on the areas of the spine affected. Quadriplegia refers to the loss of function to arms, legs, and trunk. Students with quadriplegia have limited or no use of their arms and hands and often use motorized wheelchairs. Paraplegia refers to the loss of function to the lower extremities and the lower trunk. Students with paraplegia typically use a manual wheelchair and have full movement of arms and hands. The fifth one is the multiple sclerosis. It is a progressive disorder where the nerve impulses to the muscle and short circuit by scar tissue. Initially, mild problems may occur, but as the attacks continue, a person may develop a multitude of problems. These include severe visual impairment, speech disorder, loss of bowel and bladder control, and paralysis. Symptoms may regress as remission occurs. And the last one is rheumatoid arthritis. Causes a general fatigue and stiffness and aching of joints. Students who are affected by this may have a trouble being in one position for a length of time. And that's all for the types.
Now we are done with the definition and the types of difficulty of moving or walking. Now let's proceed to possible causes. First of all, being born with or acquiring problems with their bones or their joints or their muscles. Second is problems stemming from deformities, disease, injuries, or surgeries, loss of a limb, bone, or muscle tissue, possible signs of characteristics. Now, from the first bullet, um, possible causes of difficulty or moving can be also inherent. Let's just say, for example, your grandpa is kanang na siya kanang weak siya og bones. So, imuhang nang na-adapt nga nagkon nadala na nimo pagdako. Now, third bullet, paralysis, unsteady gait, poor muscle control, loss of wind, etc. It could be causes limited mobility. Fourth is speech production and the expressive language of the child. Difficulty with the large motor skills and fine motor skills, limited ability to perform daily living activities. So due to difficulty of moving or walking, it can cause us from limited limited ability to do our tasks, chores, or it could be house chores or school activities and so on. And that's all for the possible causes. Thank you.
Okay, and now let's proceed to the learning characteristics. First is impact varies based on impairment, severity, and individual factors. The impact of the impact of orthopedic and neuromotor impairments in children can vary widely. It depends on the specific impairments, its severity, and individual factors. The second is varied impact, ranging from mild to severe. This impact can range from mild to severe. Orthopedic impairments generally don't affect cognitive or sensory functions. So, what is orthopedic impairments? So, orthopedic impairments is damage to the cerebral nervous system. Common, for example, is muscular dystrophy or spinal bifida or spinal muscle atrophy or SMA. And the neuromotor impairments linked to higher additional impairments. And the neuromotor impairments may include, for example, paralyzed, unsteady gait, poor muscle control. And the fifth is some children needs intensive medical and educational supports due to activity limitations is for example, some children may require intensive medical and educational support due to significant activity limitations. And that's all.
So now, the educational implications and instructional strategies. In terms of communication, a positive and receptive attitude is most important when learning to communicate with a person who has a disability. First bullet. Talk to the student about their disability. Ask them discreetly about the impact of their disability and discuss with them that might be helpful. Never ask or expect a student to discuss a personal or medical details with you. This statement says that we are all unique human beings with varying abilities and disabilities. Be natural and talk with a person who has a disability just as you would talk with anyone else. Don't be patronizing in your question or your action, and don't ask a question that you would not ask a person without a disability. Not everyone with a disability Not everyone wishes to discuss their unique abilities or limitation. Wait until you know an individual before you asking a personal question. Second bullet, consider keeping in touch more regularly than you otherwise might to monitor academic progress and ensure support requirements are being met. Acknowledge that variable attendance might in some cases be due to their disability rather than lack of effort. It is means that teaching is challenging. Teaching students with learning differences can add a layer of complexity to the work. However, often a greatest payoff in life and teaching comes on the other side of a difficult struggle. And with the right attitude, strategies, and disposition, all students can learn and they and their teacher can experience success. Students with disabilities are simply students first, so they must need to monitor their academic as well. Then the third bullet is when conversing with a wheelchair user for more than a few minutes, sit down at the same level or move back so that the student doesn't have to strain their neck. Do not touch or attempt to move someone's wheelchairs without their permission. To simplify, always assess the halls, clockrooms, and classroom to ensure that there are clear paths, indicate clearly how and where the access doors for recess, and identify any barriers that may be in their way. Make sure desks in your classroom are organized in a way that will accommodate the wheelchair use. Last, direct all communication towards the student, not their support worker, if they have one. In short, effective classroom communication is the basis of good educational outcomes. So that is all part of my report. Next reporter, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Environmental and instructional. Teaching environments should be accessible, ergonomic, and comfortable with RES assessments and PIPs conducted in practical settings. Students should manage their environment, and fire evacuations procedures should be followed. Fatigue can impact attendance, so revisiting topics and assistive technology should be provided. Instruction should be focused on motor skills development. So example for this scenario is sa school, 'di ba? Naaman sila kanang na sila gi kanang patakaran dito, 'di ba? Na gipamalaan nila sa eskwelahan. Like example nga scenario is kanang 'di ba kay ang student is naa sila na sila access, 'di ba? Kanang daghan man jud tag klaseng-klaseng bitaw sa atong environment bitaw naa sila gihatag nga instruct para malayo bitaw ta sa mga calamities na maagian nato kanang like mga bagyo inana. So naa sila ang mga patakaran or mga kanagay dapat nila tinuunan ng pansin kanang tudluan bitaw sila kanang gi-instruct sila ba nga kanang tudluan sila kung kanang halimbawa kung naima kanang maabot na inato nga calamities nila, so tudluan sila nga naay mga access bitaw kanang mga transportation or kanang halimbawa kanang wheelchair, so kanang kung naay kung maunsa ang mga students, so kanang idala lang sila sa wheelchair para kanang tabangan sila bitaw inana. So thank you.